Welcome back to some Halo Rec League playoff action. We watched match one of the evening, Team Inept versus Edivided. Inept came out victorious. 3-1 they take it. We almost saw that game 5. Now we're on to match 2. We're looking at the Contender Division winners finals. Both these teams have secured top 3, battling for a place in the grand finals. Spot in the top 2, we have Flippers Down up against E Divided once again. We're looking at Flippers Down the 4 seed, E Divided the 6 seed. These two teams took out the 1 and 2 seeds respectively in the last round, both with 3-0 sweeps. These teams are hot. They're ready to battle. Flippers Down versus E Divided. And I am joined so graciously by Grace Face. Grace, how are we feeling?
I'm excited. I'm glad to be back for another series. It's always great to cast with you, PD, and the playoffs are always exciting. And if this goes as well as the last series did, we're up for another exciting series of Halo. And PD, could you tell us what our maps and modes are?
I would be so happy to. So we're looking at another best of 5, winners finals, oddball streets. So we're starting out with another oddball. This time we're getting down in the trenches in the streets. Slayer live fire. Haven't seen that map just yet. Capture the flag Empyrean. That'll be nice. Always a nice retro little pit flag action. Strongholds recharge. I don't know. Strongholds might be my favorite game type. That gets incredible. And then rounding it off with potentially a game 5 Slayer Aquarius.
I think Capture the Flag and Oddball are my favorite game modes. It's really tough between that, and I think it just comes in play with like why I love Argyle so much, just because of Capture the Flag and how I love how it plays on that map. So it's just a map and mode that mixes, and I just love. I'm an objective player. I'm like Mike from last night. You hear me yelling at the teammates to play objective.
Man, every team needs a player that's going to motivate. And it doesn't matter how you do it. If you get your players up and cooking, you get that teamwork, that passion flowing. Any given Wednesday, as they say, any team can take a victory. OBJ Mike, he's crucial.
OBJ Mike, and that's one thing that we loved last night. We might have given Mike a hard time last night, but we love a good OBJ player, and we have some great maps for OBJ. And Oddball Streets is such a hot game to start with, and I love that we're getting Oddball just out of the way to begin with both series because of just how much of a warm up game it could be. Like that first round, like as oddball in the first game, it's kind of like a guaranteed third round situation if both teams aren't warmed up already.
I couldn't agree more. And you say getting it out of the way, it can stretch an oddball game. So we could be buckling in for 25 minutes of absolute carnage on the streets. We have Flippers Down, captained by I'm Just Casual, against E Divided, captained by Shemi Don't Stop. I hope to goodness I pronounced that correctly. Let me know if I didn't. I'd rather know than not. This is the winners finals. Top 2 on the line.
This means everything right now. So we got to start off strong, and just like we saw the last series, this is going to be a hot game off the start. We want to see this push from B Rails work in their favor to get them the rockets and secure them this oddball, but it is inexplicit who gets taken down. Ball still in ball spawn, and the rockets, I believe, have been used.
Yeah, rockets quick to be used. Not often are you going to be able to survive picking those from bottom middle and have rockets to show for it. But we see, early pull to C by I'm Just Casual and Team Flippers Down. Can they maintain it?
Ooh, it's a good game off the start for the side of, I believe that is Flippers Down. We have 3 points on the board for the oddball, and just kind of holding it back Subway. We've got the ball up there, but we don't really have the numbers, so choosing the ball to kind of sit up there as we play for the slays, keeping that ball safe. That's a smart move there.
Yeah, absolutely. You cannot be rushing to pick up that oddball. You need to take your time, get the slays, coordinate, and so far it looks like Flippers Down are ready to rock. I mean, they're not getting too excited when they do have an opportunity, and I think that bodes well. And Armor Saint, let's go, baby. Killing spree to open the map.
I believe I remember Supernova's name from last season. There's just so many names I see every time I see a game on this channel here. So it becomes a lot to remember here. But I do think I'm familiar with Supernova. So maybe that's someone to keep an eye out with. Very familiar with competing in this mix-up. And so this is a contender. I believe it is a mix. So these guys were just thrown together and not pre-made. They didn't form this team themselves. So if either of these teams can really take these games and stomp each other out, the chemistry is there and the practice has worked for them.
Absolutely, and that's the beautiful thing about Halo Rec League is you can join as a single, as a team of two, and get put on a mixed team, make some new friends, and who knows, maybe even win a trophy along the way. So no, tons of players, everyone's welcome. It's a beautiful thing. It's what Halo's all about. As we see these mixed teams duking it out in this winner's finals, both teams very deserving to be here.
Ooh, and it's now in favor of Edivided. The ball is now in hands of Flippers Down, hoping to tie this game up here. The ball still in Subway. No one really playing it out. No one playing for a reset here. We're just kind of brawling for this Subway control here. Maybe a good reset would be what we need to get a good round of slays out to push back in for a good hold.
And you got to respect both teams are 20 seconds early. It's like the ball seems to have been in C the whole time, but both teams have had their opportunities to capitalize. In Explicit with 7 kills on the board, Armor Saint with 8, starting off hot in game 1. Gotta love it for those guys. Love a fast start.
All right, and on board with in Explicit here, his team has the ball. It's 36-21, but it is one that comes from Top Subway, 2 that comes from Top Subway that takes down 3 of his players. In Explicit is left by themselves here. If we could stay alive, get the teammates to spawn a little bit closer to you, you might have help sooner than you think, which is exactly what we've done here.
Yeah, just buying the time, using that shroud screen so well, but he is taken down. Casey Pat working with a double kill, 5, 2, and 4, getting his feet grounded in this map as we switch to I'm Just Casual, captain of Team Flippers Down. Oh, beautiful kill there in C. Watching his teammate with rockets hold down the middle of the map. Gotta like their chances here, 2 down on the sign of Edivided. Armor Saint able to push forward, pick up some more huge damage and kill on Pink Street. Oh, no one has grabbed that ball just yet, though, as we see a sneaky player trying to make their way through. Jay Rizzle caught behind enemy lines. Armor Saint turning his 11 kills and picking up the OBJ now as well.
Jay Rizzle with the target on their back there, just being a little sneaky, maybe trying to, I don't know, play the ball out, get some back smacks for his team, but it doesn't quite work there, and Flippers Down takes this ball further into a lead for them here, but we do see the full team of Edivided here pushing from C stairs. Maybe they're choosing that brunt movement as a pack mentality to put the pressure on, but one thing that Flippers Down is doing right now is rotating, getting the hell out of there.
Yeah, get the heck out of Dodge. Apes together strong, though. I don't know where that reference is from. My good friend Nacho used to say it. Apes together strong. You hold some hands, you're powerful. Little pack roaming around the map. You see the ball does make its way towards back A. Flippers Down looking to secure round 1. They've got a nice lead. Some great damage from Armor Saint before he's taken down. Can Edivided crack through? Stop the bleeding.
I'm Just Casual left by themselves with the ball. That's more than what you want. That's a lot of pressure, especially when you're by yourself, and it is Shemi who picks up the oddball, rotating it back A, but that was a little bit of a tight decision there, as 3 players of Flippers Down are going to rotate through PD and end up taking 2 of your teammates down, including that ball carrier, which is detrimental to your teammates as rockets come up.
Yeah, great call. You could be coaching right now. Supernova heard you. Lands the beautiful off the rack, is taken down. Look at that nice G-slide from Inexplicit. Capitalizes with the double kill, but 2 down on both sides. Ball goes into the hands of Edivided, though, looking to stay alive in round 1, inching towards a tie game here.
Ball coming out that front door subway here. Now we're gonna pole dance around just to try to stay alive. But ball being in palms and not being in subway is a great thing because you have the option to slay out. But it does seem that Flippers down Casey is going to pick up that oddball and rotate it back into subway. And we're gonna see these players of Flippers down who don't really like to team pack into the subway. They're gonna leave that ball carrier alone and push out for those slays, which is possibly going to flip those spawns closer to your oddball carrier here.
Yeah, just beautiful map movement from Armor Saint as well. He even found the lone spawner in PD. So I think Armor Saint is currently cracked on the sticks. Awareness is also clicking.
We love good awareness. That's what makes a teammate just cracked. It's just when you have the awareness, you know where to line up your shots, you know where to place that reticle, and then you just see you play your light on fire. But I gotta shout out Edivided here, not quite giving up. And one thing that seems to be a little bit of their downfall here is the fact that Flippers Down not only has a team full of Slayers, but a team full of OBJers. You only see 2 people for Edivided with ball time, and one of them doesn't have a kill rate, or now has their first kill.
Yeah, that's huge. I absolutely love that. You know, the well-rounded OBJ and the kill for Shemi. Let's go, baby. Shemi was doing it all with the ball. Hit a beautiful rotation towards C. So, I mean, he was still filling a role, making sure his team stays in it. Someone's got to hold the ball.
Yeah, someone's got to hold the ball, and someone's got to be able to play around that player.
Exactly. As we do see Team Edivided go 3 down there briefly. This could translate into a C setup, but no. Jay Rizzle, Johnny on the spot, behind enemy lines again, but he is sniffed out by the shotgun in the hands of Armor Saint. So we see Supernova. He's up on the 50-yard line. Oh, he's been spotted. They do know he's here. It didn't matter. He already did his damage. He is on the flank, picks up a kill as well. He's on the hunt. He knows there's one more around. But, you know, he's done his job. That's 3 down once again for the team of Edivided. Now, can Flippers Down convert this into yet more ball time with an early 21-0 lead here in round 2?
Just like I said earlier, PD, we got to get this game, this map and mode out of the way. This is that warm-up game. It's a stressful one, and it's one that, like we said earlier, has the most kills for the teams on the board here. You have such a long time to slay out here. You get more kills than Slayer a lot of the time. And as the ball is still untouched here in Caution, I believe we only have just a few short seconds before it is reset, and no one seems to be touching it.
Yeah, just as you mentioned it could have been just seconds away from being reset. You know, they do get the touch. It looks like Team Flippers Down wants this PD setup. They want to hold A. You know, I'm just casual. Team captain looking to secure B as well, trying to encourage the spawn on pink side. It looks like he's done that, and he's able to dodge those bullets. Looks like they got a bit of setup here.
Now we're starting to see a few more people from Edivided pick up the ball and add some ball time there, but it's not really lasting for them. It's only coming to play here for a second. 1 second compared to the 50 plus that we have in favor of Flippers Down here. And I gotta shout out Casual. He might be 9 kills, but he's been in so many gunfights that he has 10 assists. He's not just slaying on his own, he's helping his teammates out, which is exactly what you want for oddball. If you can get a team set up, you can really just keep the ball safe. But one thing that Flippers Down does is they push up and they meet you at your spawn. These players are extremely aggressive.
Absolutely. Someone has to lead the charge. Someone has to lay that first bit of damage, take the first bit of damage. And you know what? Team captain, I'm just casual with the oddball in his hand. He's doing just that. As Armor Saint is putting on a bit of a clinic. 27 kills, leading the lobby by 7. Next closest to him is Supernova, his teammate. So, you know, things are going quite well if you're on the hands of Flippers Down. 80 point. Oh, what a stick from Shemi.
I just want to say, Qualified, I hope you know you just got your first caster's curse, because that POV was just for you. And right now, as I'm just casual sees that respawn screen, Casey Pat is going to try to get this player in Cafe taken down, but it's no use. He loses that 1v1. The ball is up in heaven as Shimmy picks it up, putting a little more points on the board for this side of Edivided, but it's going to take PD a perfect game, almost perfect slays, perfect teamwork for them to get close to 80 points.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. At some point, the clock will become a factor. I know we have 2:20 left. When you're holding the ball, the clock does stop. But in the hands of Edivided, the oddball time, you're going to start needing it. That was 3 down again briefly for Edivided. This could spell trouble here. Only 10 more points to go, and Flippers Down will take map 1.
Oh, PD, this is map 2. This is game here. If they win this round, this is game 2. And as we say it, they have taken the first game of Oddball on the streets, and everything has just gone so quickly on the side of Flippers Down that even Pure Delight couldn't keep up. That's how aggressive and how quickly Flippers Down were ready to get this game over with.
There's no QT on the map, and I am still discombobulated.
You know, it happens to all of us, and it happens to the best of us. But one thing that Oddball and one thing that Streets does to us, and is it puts us in a blender sometimes. And the map and mode combined, it's a constant jam-packed game of action, and that's exactly what we saw from Flippers Down. Edivided playing hot, playing very good as a team, and they started to warm up at that first round, but Flippers Down was ready that second round, and they really said no ball time for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's something to be said for a team that can close well. It's one thing to start well, but to finish the game strong. You don't give the other team a lot of hope, a lot of opportunity. Don't give them a sniff of momentum. So they closed that out very well to take a 1-0 lead here. They're looking pretty good. As a 1-0 lead, it's a best of 5. Still a lot of work to do, but it's a nice start on Oddball Streets as we are now going to move into Slayer on Livefire.
Slayer Livefire is fun to watch. I gotta give that to the map and mode. Livefire is one of the maps that I feel like most of the players who play this game are comfortable on. It's probably, I don't know. I know a lot of people don't like it. I know there's a split, but I feel like a lot more players are comfortable on Livefire. They know the spawns so well. They know where to be, and everyone has that meta of wanting the tower hold, especially in Slayer. So this one's going to be just as fast paced, I feel like, as that Streets game.
Honestly, the callouts are just easier. I've got tower control. All right, say less. I hear you loud and clear. I'm not going into A, no shot. No, I totally agree. I think Edivided may benefit from a little more of a normal map. Streets, you're absolutely right. Sometimes you just feel like you're in the blender. You don't know where you're going to spawn next. You're not sure where if the other team's push behind you. It's a bit of a circle. It just keeps going around and around. Whereas I feel like live fire, there's a little more opening. But there, get some tunnels, some protection in A, back tower. You can get to safety and feel like you're not going to be surrounded. So I like Edivided's chances. Definitely put up a good fight here in game 2.
Game 2, Live Fire Slayer. And like I said, that first one was definitely a warm up game, and Oddball is definitely a heck of a warm up game. But I mean, we're going back to our roots. Slayer is something that a lot of people prefer to play, and Slayer is definitely a good warm up game for that Empyrean capture the flag. And I gotta say, PD, Flippers Down being 4-3 right now, and Edivided being 2-5. Live Fire is such a map people are comfortable on. I'm afraid that Flippers Down are going to take that momentum, and they're going to be just one heck of a rival.
I would love to play devil's advocate because it's so darn fun. So Edivided at 2 and 5. I think. Oh, you know what? Now I'm recollecting snow stats from the LVT team. I believe this is going to go against what I was just thinking, but I think it's oddball, in fact, or objective game types where the team that does get outslayed can pull off wins. But I've also heard people say that in Team Slayer, it's a little more unpredictable, and you can see the team with the lower seed actually take the Slayer. So that's where I'm going to lay my ground. I think Edivided takes this game. I think it's going to be darn close. I'm hoping 50-49 personally, but I'm going to take Edivided in this one. I think they're going to eke it out.
Yeah, I definitely think that it's going to be a toe-to-toe situation. It's going to be a very fast-paced game, and I want to see who picks up the sniper. I want to see who is going to end up picking up the heat wave and how we're going to push for that overshield. And it's all about how we're going to play together as a team to take out those waves and waves of spawners. It's just like a different version of zombies.
Yeah, right. Just waves and waves. Just rebuild that wall. Rebuild that wall. Back up. Find your friend, please. Let's starting off with Mr. Inexplicit. He was doing some work in game one when we were watching his POV. He likes to push top middle, it looks like, to at least keep him at bay at this sniper rifle.
Ooh, this definitely don't want the sniper rifle falling into the hands of your enemy, and we definitely don't want to see a flank come through from big door. I'm just casual with the commando trying to clean up what his teammate started there. Does end up getting one. Now it's a 3-1 game as 3 see the respawn screen for Edivided.
Yeah, that's a fast start. I mean, they flanked A so quickly. One ripping around all the way to garage. As we see Armor Saint, he picks up a nice kill off the assist of I'm Just Casual through the shroud screen, maybe even. As another hot start for Mr. Saint, 4-0-0. We see, look at the weapons. I love using all the weapons on the map, but he elects, you know what, Heat Wave, a little better than the Commando there.
Armor Saint showing that not just last game we are going to be a dangerous weapon on this map, but showing this game too we're going to go 4-1 as they finally get taken down across the map here. Supernova getting a clean reversal on the player coming that tower position here, and now we're going to push the pressure onto these Nest players here to end up getting taken down as Casey Pat gets the trade. It's a 12-4 game, and right now if you're on the side of Edivided, the pressure is on and you're probably stumbling to regroup and find out what you're going to do next.
Yeah, we can see through Supernova's POV here, we have walls. We have the benefit in observer mode here. We see all of Team E divided in A. You know, they are, in fact, united, looking to craft E divided. Or pardon me, keep the other team divided as they unite in A. But you know what? I think that just results in roughly a trade of kills. 2 down on both sides. On board with Jay Rizzle, bottom middle. You know, he's got to get behind. They need one player on a flank, I think, here.
Yeah, one player on a flank, but not enough players really alive to help him with that overshield. Maybe going for green gun instead of the flank, or rotating back to teammates to really like team shot that overshield there might have been the play. But as I'm Just Casual has that overshield, we're not really seeing the game take that snowball effect anymore. It's only 18-11. Edivided with some kills on the board now. The 2 players here caught in Nest. A clean, easy grenade is going to sweep these players out from under their feet. And just where they need to be, the other players, Casey, Pat, and teammate from Flippers Down, come in for the team shots. And we do see at least 3 on the respawn screen for Edivided.
Yeah, beautiful collapse to be there. I mean, you've got to lead, and you want to keep the other team in the back foot. They did that so well, and now it's just sniff out the spawners. Is Inexplicit trying to almost rat on tower long enough to get an upper hand. His teammate does fly in to help. You know, it looks like they may be able to capitalize. There's great damage on the top middle player. Explicit elects to back off it. Oh, I love the trigger discipline. He knew he couldn't shoot that player, but Supernova did sniff him out, clean up the kill. 25-16, halfway through the map. Favorite Flippers Down, looking to take a 2-0 series lead.
Definitely not in that range of comfortability for Edivided just yet. Shemi, who am I thinking of? You guys know where my brain is right now. Shemi, caught by themselves here, is finally taken down as the 3 spawn up. Shemi's going to be that last spawner there, but luckily they might all just get close enough spawns. But Flippers Down is going to push you. They are that aggressive player like we saw last map, but those spawners were able to get some kills on the board. But the trades are welcome for the team of Flippers Down. You have such a security blanket on top of you when it's 32-19 that if you're just getting shot at and you're like, oh, who cares, I'm gonna go in for a trade, you guys can afford that.
Yeah, you can get trapped by that mentality from time to time. Running around matchmaking thinking, I got a 10 kill lead, no problem. Next thing you know, it slips away. I don't think Flippers Down is going to let that happen today. Not in this moment, not in this winner's finals. 35-22, approaching late game, looking to close it out. Armored Saint leading the way with 11 kills, and he's found some couple players mud. Picks up one, he is taken down by the sniper.
Sorry. The nade cleans him up. You love it when you hear the nade. You see the player looking around for said grenade, thinking, "Oh, he threw it as he passed away," but the nade still blows up. But you know, if it were me, the nade wouldn't have blown up. But lucky enough, the trade does come through there. On board with Casey Pat, looking big door with teammate. A little shots in the back, but holy macaroni! It's 3 players caught back B, maybe using that as a chance to catch a few flankers, having the shield here, but Lord have mercy, isn't this a grenade spawn?
Yeah, it's been tough off the spawn. Edivided just hasn't been able to crack out. Flippers Down is collapsing well. They're doing it in sync, and it's just not a lot of room to breathe for Edivided. There's Shemi taken down. Looks like Armor Saint rolling through OS. He's got 2 friends with him on key door. Looks like Just Casual looking to send the push through bottom middle. Look at this. Look at this movement. You know, the teamwork is impressive right now on the side of Flippers Down. They're making it work.
And look at the scoreboard. They all are very equal. The assists are there. They're in each other's game fights, and everybody right now is absolutely positive.
Yeah, that's what you love to see. You know, we're not seeing one player doing absolutely everything. Well-balanced attack, and that's tough to defend. See here, just a couple more kills to go. 48 on the board, 49, double kill for Mr. Saint. Yeah, he's hungry, he wants that next kill, but he's also in no rush, you know, no rush, don't force it.
Armor Saint, 17, 6, and 8. Definitely that tank, an armored tank running through the fields here, and we're meeting this person here, that bottom rat tunnel, in for the kill from across map, guarantees them that Slayer live fire win, and I do believe that was 50-33. No steak dinner tonight, but definitely fast and well played.
Absolutely, I mean, momentum, it's a dangerous tool to have in the tool belt. Flippers Down, they do have it. The beautiful thing about Halo and Halo Infinite as well, you know, every game type is different. We're actually going to move into a little flag pit next. So I don't know, maybe Divide has a lot of knowledge on the pit, little Halo 3 demons. But either way, they're going to have to turn the tide somehow here, down 2-0 in the winners finals. They may have a trip booked to the losers bracket. They wouldn't be out of it if they don't turn this ship around right about now.
You better turn this ship around. And especially when you just saw a team like Flippers Down, who were in each other's gunfights the entire game. They went all positive. They're all wearing the same armor to confuse you. You're like, I swear I was just shooting that guy. But Empyrean is a map where teamwork is going to make that dream work, especially when it's capture the flag. You want to trap those spawns. You want to manipulate where they're coming from and make sure you can book that flag the right direction.
Absolutely. I think more often than not, especially in flag, you're going to want to be long haul side, run that flag through long haul. But we've got rockets, 2 snipes, OS, heatwave, repulse. There's a lot of action. You could, if someone picks up the needler, holy smokes, I almost forgot it was on the map. Would love to see that. But either way, you know, plenty of opportunity on this map to pick up some weapons and some power-ups and make some big plays.
Some huge plays. And Empyrean is a map for huge plays. You've got the double snipers, you've got those rockets, and I love when a teammate picks up the repulsor and is able to ruin that rocket player's day and possibly even ruining the overshield player's day. Repulsor is such a great utility on Empyrean that not a lot of people pick up, and some people in matchmaking don't even realize where it spawns.
Man, it's such a big deal. You can blow the OS player off the map, and man, is that ever gratifying to just watch them sail helplessly. Little, I'm not sure what the word is, like massive. I don't know. There's a word that describes kind of that attitude, enjoying to see that play. But I think it's just hilarious. And you can repulse the rocket as well. So you can almost combat completely the rocket player. Kill him with his own rocket.
Yeah, I love a good return to sender, a good repulse play makes everybody's day. And as we start off, I love seeing who chooses to go for what. And I love a team who chooses to go for the tough for Edivided.
Yeah,
Ooh.
very clean.
And the first flag is going to be captured for Flippers down. And I do believe in the chat we do have an audio problem. So if you don't hear us right now, we do see Casey Pat here on a killing spree. Can we see it continued here? 7-0-3, no assist on the board, but definitely from his teammates some assists there. The snipers are coming up, and now we're going to see what Casey Pat can do with this.
Yeah, a big moment for him for sure. You know, 1-0. You've got the sniper, you've got your tower. Unbelievable shot connecting, giving his teammate Armor Saint an easy kill there on training. Now it looks like he's content to just hold his tower for a minute. Beautiful shot, making sure no one gets through. And it looks like they do have some opportunity in Edivided's bases. They do go 3 down. Casey Pad now feeling comfortable enough to move up on the map. But no flag pulled just yet. Edivided with some strong defense.
Sorry for the audio mix up. Our wonderful producer did get that fixed really quick for you. Shout out to Mason. He's doing a great job tonight. We really appreciate him coming out and showing out for us. When Soser can do it, it's extremely nice having another producer on board and having someone who was able to pick it up so quickly and observing who doesn't really observe for Halo all that much. You're doing a really great job tonight, Mason, and we appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely massive shout out to Mason. Kudos to the chat as well, making sure we are aware, and all the sound effects you guys provided. Incredible, and we appreciate it greatly. And while we're talking about, how quickly Mason was able to clutch and ice up that audio issue, it's 2-0 Flippers down in what could be a deciding Game 3 of this winter's finals.
Yeah, and too bad you guys missed some audio there because PD let one rip really, really, really quickly before the audio cut out there. So if you caught it, you caught it. If you didn't, you didn't. But he's also going to say I'm lying. I know he is.
I wouldn't dare. I can't accuse you of that in public. However, we'll just leave it up to the imagination at this point. Casey Pat still does have the sniper in hand. The clock's ticking away, almost at the halfway point here. We're going to have to see someone from Edivided get behind enemy lines. Casey Pat does not want that to happen, holding down this tower.
Yeah. Casey Pat still has that sniper. Definitely not gonna let the enemy team have any bullets to work with, but it's just in time for the next round to pop up. And he's not going to choose to drop below and grab it. Maybe someone else is going to pick that sniper up. And I do believe someone else picked up the enemy team sniper. It was Armored Saint. So now possibly we could have 3 snipers in the hands of Flippers down, and this could mean hell for the side of Edivided.
Yeah, that is very rare. 3 snipers, got to be feeling pretty good. Supernova picking up a double, it looks like, in the kill feed. Saint with a snipe as well, so they're doing work. Briefly 4 down on the side of Edivided. Casey Pat looking to capitalize. Inexplicit, I believe the first spawner for Edivided. They're going to have to OE. They got to get through if they want to keep their winners' dreams alive. Otherwise, they're heading to the B side.
It's a 3-cap game, PD, and as Casey Pat slides it into home base, it seems like Edivided played a little bit too much out of their home base, and Flippers down were able to slay out round after round to open up a 3-sniper flag run at the end of that game.
Yeah, not something you see too often. You gotta think the comms might have been a little hectic there on the side of Edivided. Something along the lines of, I got sniped, I also got sniped. How did I also get sniped? Tough, but you know what? We just appreciate that series so much. Team Flippers down, they locked it down, and very impressive showing as they move on to the grand finals.
Yeah, a quick 3-0 series for our grand finals move on match here, and Flippers down is definitely going to be a team to look out for. I would be terrified after watching this series to let them do what they did to them in the last flag run there. Having 3 snipers on the map is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I aspire to make that happen when I'm in matchmaking, because that means there's a really good shot I've got one of them, and you've got some serious map control. So they were probably pretty high on life at that moment. As you know, they've earned their right to play for the trophy. They've secured a top 2 spot in the Contender Season 8 Grand Finals. Whereas Edivided now, you got a backs against the wall, headed off to the B side, but they have secured top 3. So nothing to scoff at. They got a bit of time to wait, maybe go over some VOD, learn from perhaps how well Flippers down played, review it, come back stronger, and make that loser's run to get back to the grand final.
Yeah, definitely want to get back there, but the playoffs aren't over. It's going to be another hot week for us, and it's only Wednesday. And tomorrow we have another matchup for you, 2 matchups for you in our playoffs. So be ready for that. It's not over yet. If you are loving what you see tonight, make sure you drop a follow. You support Halo Rec League the simplest way you can, and that's by showing up and watching these guys and dropping a follow to support the channel and getting those notifications on. So every time we go live, you know when we're here and you can be ready for the action.
Absolutely. Just serious kudos to the HRL. I mean, you can join as a single, join as a duo. You can join a mixed team, squad up, grow together, perhaps win a trophy. You can join as a pre-made team. Tons of options, tons of divisions, open for all. That's exactly what you want to see, exactly what the Halo community is about. But geez, Grace, thank you so much to you.